Finally, got me a new laptop, a new editing software. I can go back making those classic videos that everyone loves so goddamn much. But am I going to up the production quality like Mother's Basement or Digibro? No. No, you're getting that authentic 2008 quality. This is Dark Screen keeping it real. Speaking of 2008, let's continue to shit on Naruto some more. Actually, no, I'm sorry about that. I am going somewhere with this. I've been neglecting the anime side of my YouTube channel a lot since I've built it up, and then pretty much destroyed it by making those weekly gaming streams. I do apologize for that. It's a combination of just not having a good laptop at the time, and just also, like Big Al, sheer laziness. In fact, it's a pain in the ass just to edit the audio alone, but I'm digressing. I want to talk about an anime I'm currently watching, and it's pretty popular right now. It's got its third season. I'm not there yet. I'm actually about a little over halfway into the second one. And that show is My Hero Academia. It's a series I've heard about for a while because I had a couple of friends talk about it, and there's a couple of people on YouTube that briefly talk about from here and there that I enjoy listening to, but I never really got around to checking out the show until the end of last month. Now, I'm not going to go to some detailed review or thought-provoking analysis like most anime YouTubers are doing. However, if you somehow value my opinion when it comes to getting recommendations on what to watch next, here's a quickie. Give this show a watch. Do it on Crunchyroll, do it on Funimation. The dub is great, by the way. The first season is only 13 episodes. That should be something you can get done in a week's time, maybe less. And an already good show just keeps getting better and better by each succeeding episode. It's a fun little take on Japan's idea of Western superheroes with some really good characters. Alright, that's my quick little review. What I do want to talk about is I've seen the show get compared to Naruto a lot, and that is something you don't want to do when you try to sell me on this show. That's like some punk-ass little shit stain telling me, oh, you should watch High School DxD. It's a lot like Love Hina. And you wonder why you're lying face down on the concrete coughing up blood. But I can see the comparisons. They're both about underdogs going to a specific high school that focuses on their supernatural abilities. Naruto's case, it was ninjutsu. Hiroaka's case, it's about, harnessing your superpower or your quirk as they call it. And it has a large cast of supporting characters that will have their own pockets of fan favorites. Thing is, I never done a full-fledged detailed rant or review of Naruto back when it was relevant. Mostly because that was a popular thing to hate back in the day. I'm not gonna lie, but I didn't hate it because it was popular to do so on YouTube. No, I've never gotten into the show long before, YouTube started popping up and being relevant. I tried to get into it. I tried to give it a chance. There was like this side-scrolling Smash Brothers looking PS2 game that was actually imported that I played a little bit of. That was kind of fun. Then I tried watching the first, 17 episodes of the show, and then I just dropped it. One of the biggest problems I have with that show is the goddamn pacing. And I heard that's actually one of the faster parts of the series. If that's the case, then, and I heard it gets worse later on with filler, then fuck this, I'm out. I can't. When I'm watching the show and I'm yawning to the point where I'm forming tears, that is not a good thing to invoke out of me when I watch a show. I might have been one episode or two away from finishing that arc, but I just didn't care. I preferred my anime at the time to be at a very fine 26 episode length. And when I was starting watching it, Naruto was already at past the 100 mark. I'm already over 30 episodes in My Hero Academia, and already we got through a main character introduction, the entrance exam of the high school he goes to, 2 courses, a major villain fight, a sports festival, a tournament within said sports festival, internship. Yeah, they actually have an internship arc. It's actually really interesting. And another major villain fight with an edgelord that looks like he came out of Todd McFarlane's 1990s Nightmare Journal. And supposedly the next episode I'm about to watch is going to cover some ground on All Might's quirk. All Might is the Superman of the series. He's actually pretty cool and also a really interesting character himself. But before I go into characters, which is another reason why I prefer Hero Acca over Naruto, I just want to say I'm glad the show has seasonal breaks and the third season just started. Otherwise, if it was continuing nonstop, I don't know, I think the show's like, 2-3 years old now. If it was continuing the way it is, I don't think I would be able to catch up. I mean, to give you an example, One Piece, by the time this vlog is recording, is over 800 episodes in. That is pretty exhausting if you want to get started on that show right now. Even Big Al said that he can't even catch up with that show. And the second season is actually 26 episodes long, but that's good, I want more of it. A show should leave you wanting more, not making you go, oh, just let me hurry up and finish watching this so I can go back to Monster Hunter. Okay, now I'm going to cover the main characters. Well, yeah, the main characters. I won't go into detail with the supporting cast because I really don't know much about the supporting cast of Naruto, but I will talk about one character in mind. Now, when it comes to shows like this, you may not think the main character is your absolute favorite. You might like someone else from the side characters because they're just more badass or cool. You're just your personal preference thing. But since the main character is the focus, his story, his character still has to be interesting enough to hold you over. Naruto, I don't know why I can say that has been said before. He's annoying. He has bad fashion sense for a ninja. And Multifire said this in his review about 6 years ago. He has a shortcut ability that just makes him unbelievably overpowered whenever he gets his ass kicked to near death. So he's not really, he's a fake underdog. That was the point Multifire was getting across in his review. In fact, he even said that Rock Lee should be the main character of Naruto because he was more of an underdog. He had to work his ass off, and apparently he didn't have chakra, which is the magical thing in Naruto where everybody gets powers or whatever. He thought he was more fitting of a protagonist. And the funny thing is, the way Multifire described him is very similar to the main character of My Hero Academia, Izuku Midoriya. See, in the world of Hero Acca, 80% of the population have superpowers of some sort called quirks. And some of them range from like silly mundane things to being overpowered super gods. And it's basically X-Men minus the racism. It's basically fun and cool to have a quirk. But Midoriya, he did not have one. He was born without one. He was picked on by his classmates and his supposed friend Byakuya. He was basically a quirkless loser. However, he does meet his idol All Might and asks him if it was possible for him to be a hero without one. At first he said no, I won't go into details and spoil it. But then All Might did change his mind and then revealed to him that he can actually have a quirk. He can inherit All Might's quirk and enroll into UA. Now, some of you are thinking, wait a minute, you just said All Might was basically Superman, and if Midoriya was to inherit All Might's quirk, wouldn't he become Superman and then instantly be as cheap as Naruto? Not exactly, because the way his quirk works is that if Midoriya doesn't have complete control over it, he will end up crippling his body and maybe probably killing himself. Because every time he would use it in the first season, even if he was just limiting his power to his fingertips, it would break something in his body. Like, he broke so many fingers, he broke his legs, he broke both of his arms. So he has to learn how to properly use that quirk. And Midoriya is not my favorite character in the show. In fact, I still haven't picked one because they're all that good. But his journey is so interesting that I do want to follow it. I do want to see what's going to happen. I want to see him get better at this. I want to see him become the best hero ever. I want him to definitely succeed All Might, his idol, that of course, I'm invested in this show. And that's really all I can say right now without giving away too much. Like I said, I do highly recommend watching this anime if you haven't already. It's really fun. The action and the animation's great. The character designs are amazing. Like I said, that villain I was talking about earlier, if you were just to Google image stain, he looks really very Image Comics 90s. It's crazy. Even when he was in the anime, some of the shots look like they came straight out of the HBO Spawn series with the way he's drawn and colored. So yeah, those are my thoughts on My Hero Academia. Once again, for those who subscribe to my channel for mostly my anime content, reviews, vlogs, and whatever, I do apologize for downplaying that for the past couple years. And I also apologize for just plugging my fucking channel up with streams. It's actually really depressing now that I go through my videos. I need to make more playlists, that's for sure. And I do want to keep these videos, these basic vlogs, under 15 minutes. So that way you guys can easily, ingest that. And the fun thing is, you could just play this while doing something else in the background, like gaming or whatever. That's what I do with most YouTube vlogs nowadays. So, yeah, that's all I got. Once again, I'm sorry. And now, with that said, hopefully I will have the motivation to keep making more of these basic, off-the-cuff, shit-tier vlogs. Hopefully they become fun for me again. I'm not gonna lie. This actually, even though this is 15 minutes, this took a couple hours to actually record. You guys don't notice this, but I am editing these videos so that way they will feel a little more seamless. Yeah. So, with that said, this is Dark Scream signing out, and maybe I'll talk about something else game related. I'm not going to do another stream. I don't know. I'll probably talk about why physical versus digital debates are shit in video games. I don't know. Something. I'll come up with something. But in the meantime, I guess I'll just be sticking with My Hero Academia and catch up on that. I will get to the 3rd season in time, that's for sure. All right. Take care, everybody.